Let's get this this Friday wrapped up and this weekend kicked off. What do you guys think? All right. Yeah. Okay. Let's start with our heritage tribute. We have the casual lieutenants.
So I figured because we did our quarterly awards today, we just continue that trend with some Fred firsts, had some people kind of overcoming obstacles. So it says one of the reasons Fred is so special is unique capability to carry outsized cargo no other Air Force airlifter can do. In these two instances, the C-5 supported air power by transporting other aircraft to the fight. On 8 September 2007, a 22nd crew was notified that they would be flying to Edwards Air Force Base to pick up two of the only 4 Reaper unmanned aerial vehicles and all associated support equipment. After the cargo was loaded, the crew headed to Dover. On this leg, the flight engineer, Tech Sergeant Jeffrey Grohl, noticed that the bus tie contactor had failed. With the bus tie issue, the plane was handed over to maintenance and crew went to bed. Following day, the struggles continued with several more maintenance issues. After air refueling, the crew continued to Kandahar, but Murphy's Law proved to be in full effect. When the cargo doors were opened, the loadmasters were told that the items required to download the cargo were not in country. The 22nd has always been good at getting the job done. The mission was no different. Some ingenuity with the crew chief's tools finally allowed the cargo to be downloaded. With Fred determined to spend the night, the flight management system number 2 failed, and coordinating with AMC standardization and eval personnel, the crew was authorized to fly RVSM. After flying for several hours, the crew met up with a KC-135, taking on another 100,000 pounds of fuel. Approximately 30 minutes after refueling, the number 3 generator frequency began fluctuating, leading the flight engineer to disconnect the CSD. The remaining leg was uneventful, and the crew finally made it safely home.
All right. Awesome, great story. So, time frame of that story?
2007.
Yeah, that was B-model.
Yeah.
I heard bus tie disconnect the CSD, and like that's a B-model. That and the frequency of
every day on the B-model.
Yeah, that was a Tuesday.
It's not like a causes speed drive.
Yep, you got it. No, super good. Thanks for sharing, Justin. Yeah, guys. So a couple of themes I heard there. Small teams, right? Innovating on the fly, getting things done, calling back to stand it out and make sure their plane is gonna fly, right? And it's legal, and they get it done. So other than that, I don't know how else to add. So Justin, thanks for that. Okay, I think we got some hails.
Go first. Go last.
We got it.
All right, Killian McDonald, step up.
Okay, here we go.
We can see you. Yeah, can you
I'm
guys?
very enthusiastic about it.
Here we go. Looks excited.
Irish Greg.
Here we have Killian McDonald. No kids, no wife. Well, you have us. Just got to us from Lakeland Air Force Base. Originally from Houston, Texas. Favorite sports team is the Houston Texans.
H2.
Career goals, still figuring it out. Hobbies, pets, swimming, video games, travel, and languages. Fun fact, I wanted to be a zoologist until I realized animals smell.
Your crew sometimes too.
We can't drop this, right? Okay.
Okay. Ben, you come on up. So today's a historic moment for flight engineers. So this is A1C Ben Murish. So first time in a long time we've had an airman come in as a flight engineer. So huge moment, huge pivotal point in our career. So big for flight engineers. So Ben Murish, nickname is Ben, comes from Cocoa Beach, Florida. He's married to Lauren. She's 19 years old. She's a C-17 loadmaster in the 21st. Previous AFSC location, none, obviously, as he's coming in for the first time. So not really into sports. Hobbies include surfing and working on cars. One unique fact about him was he was homeschooled, a Chick-fil-A employee, and had a full ride scholarship to any college in Florida, but he turned it down to join the Air Force.
Yeah.
So one other thing about Ben, he finished high school 2 years early prior to anyone. So you ready to catch this? Welcome to the 22nd. Any words to say?
Pleasure to be here.
So how old were you when you graduated high school?
I was technically 18. I just stopped doing high school for 11th and 12th grade and just went to college. But I still technically graduated on time. But I stopped doing high school stuff in 10th grade.
Me too. Get out.
Make no mistake, he's still smart. He's still
All right, excited to have you. Welcome.
I got my CCF to do.
All right.
Make sure we go.
Everybody pre-order their neck gaiters. All right. Yeah, it is cooling down. All right, so this week I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But our incoming DO is doing household goods today, so we'll stick with 4. All right. Lieutenant Turner Forrest Cruz, welcome. From Canton, Mississippi, right? You sophomore grad, 2018. What was your major? Management. Oh,
Nice. Solid choice.
Let's see. Spouse Ellery, 1-year anniversary in November. Yes. Congratulations. Thank you. Likes to hunt, fish, game, and this is going to be my first movie reference that I will give someone $1 if you can pick out the movie. He's into car audio, so if you need a quadraphonic Blaupunkt installed, he's your guy.
Anybody?
People can Google that. Never mind. Anywho, I'm having a party in my mind. Build your own PCs, does graphic design for friends. Are we friends? Okay. We have a lot of graphic design.
Jobs for you.
And he's a
is a champion yo-yoer.
I'm pretty good at yo-yoing.
Have one on
Oh, good.
you. You might yo-yo it.
Championship yo-yoer for the last soccer.
I'm not a champion.
Wait for it.
I tell you what, we have a casual who also like rides a unicycle. So I'm thinking if we have to go low rent on Christmas parties, yo-yos and unicycles.
Yeah, there we go.
All right, man. It's awesome to see you. Good luck.
All right.
Inspired the crowd.
I was just waiting for the class. It's good to be here. Glad to work with all of you. Yeah.
Welcome to the club.
All right, we need to take time on this. Captain Eric Dahlin. 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 Everybody that watched the Chappelle show, y'all need to point. From St. Paul, Minnesota. I hear it looks a lot like Minneapolis.
Yeah.
One could say they're twins. All right. USAPA class of 13. So after USAPA, you went to Rice, get your MS in mechanical engineering.
That's right. Yeah.
Smart fella. Yep. Spouse Lee.
Yep.
Just so I have this right, your spouse's name is Lee Dolin.
Correct.
Lee Dolin.
You got it.
Julia. Celebrated your 4-year anniversary last month, right?
Yeah,
Hope you got her something nice. Yep, so active grad student, then went as a T1 FATE to Columbus, and we love us some T1 FATE. Let's see, into skiing, running, hiking, biking, lifting, golfing, travel, cars, music, and the Mighty Purple Vikings Football Club. What team does everyone like? Because every team
Steelers.
someone mentions,
Doesn't
Americans.
All right. Let's see. Interesting fact: left-handed as a kid, now you're right-handed, and you're ambidextrous in a few things, including ping pong, tennis, and hopefully flying approaches.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna toss you this here coin.
Yeah.
All right.
Super happy to be here. #1 choice out of Faith Drop. Worked for it for a couple years, so pumped to be here. Excited to hit the road with you guys and see the world. So thank you.
Colonel Stock is not with us. Okay, so I did not get to pontificate this morning, and I'm sure most people are really sad about that. But I chose to pontificate in this form. So the next two people we're going to hail had a bit of one of them epiphanies they talk about, or something popped in my brain on my drive home yesterday. So I'm getting old. So last week we talked about, we farewelled the shirt and Senior DeAngelis, and I specifically mentioned the Waka Papa concept, as did the commander, about legacy and genealogy. You know, that image of arm's length through time, back to the beginning and spanning out to the future. We said goodbye to those guys, but you know, it's the same thing like a funeral. You don't really say the things, you know, until it's over. You don't really reflect on that service and sacrifice till you're at the very end. And I just want to get the point across that it's never too early to show your appreciation and gratitude for people. Because when someone shows up, you know, a new IL shows up, a new chief shows up, a new pilot shows up. We already know, those of us who've been around for a little while, we know what they're in for. And I'm just so grateful for the people we have coming in today. Everyone contributes to the legacy, but some jobs have some built-in expectations, maybe a little over and above some others. So the two people we're going to hail, they're about to embark on a huge undertaking. So I want to say thank you in advance for the long days, nights, phone calls, texts, your leadership, and the blood and sweat you're about to pour into the double dues. We'll say it again someday when you eventually leave, but I was just thinking about it on the drive home yesterday. There's no reason not to say it now, so thank you. Master Sergeant Cole, we got another Cole, Shepherd. All right. From Harvey, Illinois, south side of Chicago, Did I hear that right?
Yes, sir.
All right. Spouse Kate, 3 kids, Skylar, Tegan, and Paisley, ages 10, 9, and 6. 2 other furry kids, MJ the dog and Smokey the cat. Started out as an electrical engineer. What was your specialty?
Aircraft electrician.
Aircraft electrician. Okay. Kadena.
Here sounds better.
Yes.
It's like I'm
We
doing
tried
I was a poli-sci major, so it's all, you know, awesome.
Management degree.
Kadena, Bagram, Shaw, spent time around. Last year, coming from the 321st Amos, first sergeant, right?
Yes, sir.
Awesome. Word better. All right, so things you're into. While he's in California, wants to perfect his smoking skills, which California is a great place to do that. I assume you mean food, but if not, there's a few places outside the gate,
The mountains.
that OSI frequently monitors. Let's see, landscaping, fantasy football, and he likes hanging with the ladies. I assume he means the wife and three. Yes. Interesting fact, another sports fanatic, and I'm assuming because everybody's, I don't know, the imaginary football team, they're not going to like this one.
Tough Bears.
Super Bowl 20 champs, the monsters of the Midway, the Bears.
Tough Bears.
The Bears.
1985 this year.
Welcome, sure.
All right. Appreciate it. Oh, yeah, speech. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. All right, yeah, just like I said last Friday, really proud to be part of this team. Sean Myers, like, first day I walked into this office, I could just feel it radiating off people. And he's like, hey, here's the stick. You got a great unit. He loved to hear it. I just talked to him today, and he's like, hey, how they doing? And I was like, oh, you were just here yesterday. He's like, I really miss the guys. So yeah, that speaks. That's huge. And I'm really excited to get started. So thanks, guys.
Sure.
I'll move for many men, but I'm going to move for the chief.
Over here.
All right. He is not a refreshing caffeinated beverage. The first time I heard Frappier, that's what popped in my head. Jeremy Frappier. Doesn't it sound good? Once we get the cappuccino bar set up in here, we go. Yeah. Anyway. From Portland, Oregon?
St. Helens, Oregon.
Where's that?
3 miles west of Portland.
Oh, okay. I got to ask.
I don't want to play in Portland right now, so.
Oh, yeah. You ever watch that show, Portlandia?
Yeah, it's fun.
Oh, okay. All right, spouse Michelle, 20 years in May, right? Awesome, congratulations. Kids Samantha and Levi, age almost 14 and 10, and we met the dogs this morning, Bella, Lucy, and I love this one, Tater Tot. Let's see, C5 Loadmaster with many hours in the A, B, C, M, JK, LMN, all the C5s. He's flown on them C5s. Into mountain biking, hiking, spend time with friends. He's the first in his family to earn a master's degree, and he has never broken a bone. And his big goal is to lose the COVID weight. However, since his family's in Dover, and I'm sure a lot of us are going to be taking you in and feeding you, and I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon, but we can get after it. So welcome, Chief.
Thanks. Once again, I just warm, super happy to be here. Great unit. I missed it. Glad to be back. I know 2 guys now. One's still in. He's our CDA functional at the Pentagon. Another guy just retired. They're both superintendents here. And this is the squadron. They remember most the one said like that was my squadron. So super happy to be here. Just proud of you guys already. Even though I don't know your names and faces for a lot of you, but we're going to work on that, right? So once again, thanks guys. I'm here to help you. Just help me help you. And well, like I said, we're gonna dominate.
That's right.
All right. Thanks.
All right. I think that's all we have. Anything that's around the room? Oh, people have Jack.
Let's do that. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, We got one leather jacket to give away. So why we do this, right? We talked about it a little bit 2 weeks ago. Significant milestone in a career enlisted aviator's career. For a flight engineer, they spend about 2 years in training, right? For somebody to get fully mission qualified, that's when they get awarded the leather jacket. I'm just going to read a little piece of some history on it. So one of the pieces is some popularity. So early wartime pictures show entire bomber crews outfitted with the A2s. Although at altitude in bombers, they probably weren't too useful. The pilot and co-pilot had primitive cabin heat on some aircraft and would wear the A2, while the rest of the bomber crew usually wore heavier fleece lined B3s, which were warmer and better suited for the cold environment. And in pop culture in the early 2000s, the A2 became a popular presidential garment for both George W. Bush and Barack Obama. So we have one for Jacob Adams. He initially qualified 19 June of 2020 and with about 314 training flight hours. So congratulations, Jacob.
Yep.
Say something.
Thank you so much for the opportunity. Really appreciate it.
All right. Okay, now I'll go around the room. Thank you for reminding me. Sure, anything.
Sir, just have a great weekend. Be safe.
Superintendent.
Well, sir.
Chief.
Nothing further. Let's have a great weekend.
DO. We have from commander here in a couple days. Anything? Nope.
We've
We're
already
good.
signed like 12 leave checks.
Love it. Keep them coming, guys. Take care. I just want to acknowledge group chaplains here. Chaplain Simonovsky is just stopped by. He just came from a chaplain event, so he's dressed down for the weekend. He's ready to kick this thing off. Right, it's 3-day weekend. Speaking of a 3-day weekend, right, we've got one coming up here shortly in Alicia. We're going to cue the music in a second, but remember, right, reach out to your families, okay, guys? Call your mom, call your dad, your brother, sister, your brothers and sisters in this room, right? Reach out to somebody if they need a helping hand, okay? Life's tough, and we're here for each other. Other than that, a lot of establishments off base opening up with COVID. All I ask is be smart, right? Wear something, wash your hands, PPE. You don't need folks getting sick and dropping off lines, okay? Those are your plug from the DL. Other than that, let's cue the music. Have a great weekend. Ready, break.